On Millennial Men. This is a political video message about using our voice in that right that we're so lucky to have, that's been granted to us because of what others have done before us, right? Let's not take that for granted anymore, right? Let's get out. Let's vote here. Upcoming November 6th is the official election date. This is a big election, or big vote here before the 2020 election with primaries. All right, so I can tell you my story really quick. My background is Northwest Ohio, the Midwest, kind of that country, predominantly Republican, very, very dominantly Republican background. And I don't like a lot what's going on with the Republican Party nowadays. It seems like, obviously, I'm not super politically smart, but I've paid attention for the last year or so, and just using my common sense, I can see that obviously there's bad on both sides when you go too far either way, but at the time being, it seems like it's much, much worse and further bad on the right side in the times of the world that we're living in America, with the rise of racism, just the rise of hate, so many gun shootings. Like, it's so sad. Like, last night there was another gun shooting, or there's another mass shooting, rather, not just a gun shooting, but a mass shooting where people were killed in Florida and Pittsburgh recently, and it just seems like it's been more prevalent since Trump has been in office. Now, I'm not saying he is to blame completely, but I think when you have a leader and everything rises and falls on leadership, and the person in that leadership role is like Donald Trump in terms of his kind of behavior, his rhetoric, his speech, his terms of his usage of words, it sets a really bad example. And I think what's happening right now, this is my opinion, he's a reflection of a state of consciousness in America. He's a reflection of how most of us think. Not all of us. And actually, I know Hillary won the popular vote. He only got in because of the Electoral College, right? But I think he's in position now for a reason, for a greater purpose, to give us clarity on which of our sides within ourselves we choose, whether it be the dark or the light side, the bad or the good. He's bringing that up within all of us. And right now, a lot of people are choosing the dark side. A lot of people are choosing disconnection. They're choosing, separation. They're choosing their ego self. They're choosing what's in it for me, what's just in it for me to survive versus the whole. And I think, not even really talking politically policy, I'm just talking about just being a good human being. I think we're in a time where we need to shift our thinking more to, how can we take care of everybody? How can everybody get more of a fair shot, a voice? And you have that voice by being able to vote. And obviously, I'm voting blue, right? I'm voting blue tactically. I was registered Republican my whole life. And then recently, because of, events, I decided to register here in Arizona, which is a predominantly red state, to Democrat, because we need a shift in power. We need to swing back towards the center more. And the only way we're going to do that is if we can vote tactically to reshift where too much of the energy's gone far, far right into that kind of separation, into that dictatorship, into that cutting offness from the rest of the world. That's what I see is going on. It's not a good vibe, right? It's bringing up a lot of bad. All right, so do your part. Get out and vote. Get to the polls. I'm going to get there right away, first thing in the morning. Do not let your right be taken from you. You got to check and make sure you're registered. You got to make sure you know who you're voting for intelligently. So do your research. I got a sample ballot in the mail that you can look at. And you should have got that if you're a registered voter. And do your research. Do your homework. Get out and vote. And this is a very important election, vote coming up for the 2020 election. So I'm going to do my part. I hope we can get this guy out of office. He's a complete fool, in my opinion. A lot of the stuff he does. And like I said, I'm not even talking like just, I get there's differences in politics under certain parties, but when you just look at him as a person, and I try to just judge and I try to determine someone, how I view them based off of their character, based off of their speech, their energy, how they come off, right? And I know you can't just, there's always so many other factors. I get that. There's layers to this stuff. But ultimately, I think it's time we vote to get this guy out. We got to vote to go more towards the middle. We don't have to go far, far left either, but we need to get back more towards the middle, because what's happening now is not good for the state of America. So get out, vote, and use your voice. All right, let's stop allowing this negative connotation of millennials don't know anything, and let's freaking change that, and let's get out, let's vote, let's make a freaking difference, all right? And use our voice, and use it for good, and use it for others, and don't just think about yourself. When you vote, I urge you, think about the highest good. Think about what really feels right, and vote that way. What feels right, what's the right thing to do with what's going on in America, and do that. See you guys next time.